Welcome to the Restful Realms sanctuary. As you settle into comfort, allow your breath to soften, and let the world around you slow down. Tonight, you begin the first chapter of a deep, immersive journey into the Restful Realms, a place shaped by ancient magic, quiet forests, luminous skies, and gentle spirits that guide all who wander in peace. This story is designed to help your mind unwind and your body release the weight of the day. There is nothing you need to do and nowhere else you need to be. Simply listen, relax, and allow the path to unfold naturally before you. When you're ready, let your thoughts drift into the realm where dreams begin. Moonhaven, a sleep story. Take a slow, deep breath in, and gently release it. Let your body sink a little deeper into comfort with each exhale. Tonight, we're going on a quiet journey together, to a place of perfect peace, a village called Moonhaven. The path before you is soft beneath your feet, winding gently between two forested hills that rise like protective arms on either side. The evening light has faded into the deepest, softest blue, that particular shade of twilight when the world feels hushed and sacred. Above you, the first stars are beginning to appear, tiny pinpoints of silver light scattered across the velvet sky. With each step forward, you feel the cares of the day falling away, dissolving like mist in morning sun. The air is cool and gentle against your skin, carrying with it the clean, rich scent of pine trees. It's the kind of air that seems to cleanse you from the inside out, filling your lungs with clarity and calm. As you round a gentle curve in the path, you see it, Moonhaven. The village appears before you like something from a peaceful dream. Soft golden lanterns hang along winding stone pathways, their warm light spilling gently onto the smooth, worn stones below. Each lantern glows with a steady, tender flame, casting circles of amber light that overlap and blend into one another, creating pools of warmth in the cool evening air. The entrance to the village is marked by a graceful wooden gate, its surface smooth and silvered by time and weather. The gate stands open, always open, welcoming. On either side, climbing roses drape themselves in elegant cascades, their petals closed now for the evening, but their sweet fragrance still lingering in the air like a gentle memory. You pause for just a moment at the threshold, and as you do, you hear it, the sound of wind chimes. Somewhere in the village, perhaps many places in the village, delicate chimes are singing their quiet song. The notes are soft and far apart, each one hanging in the air for a long moment before fading. Then another note, in a different voice, creating a melody that has no beginning and no end. It's the sound of pure tranquility, of time moving slowly, of peace. You take another deep breath, and the scent of pine is joined by other fragrances now. Wood smoke from a distant chimney, carrying the comforting smell of burning cedar. The faint sweetness of night-blooming jasmine from a garden you cannot yet see. The fresh, clean scent of stone after rain. Though you don't remember it raining, perhaps it rained here earlier while you were still on your way. You step through the gate. The moment you cross the threshold into Moonhaven, something shifts. Your shoulders drop, releasing tension you didn't even know you were carrying. Your jaw relaxes. Your breathing deepens all on its own, as if the village itself is breathing with you, slow and steady and calm. The stone path beneath your feet is smooth, worn down by countless footsteps over countless years. Each stone fits perfectly against the next, and as you walk you can feel the solidity of them. The way they've been here for so long and will remain here, steady and unchanging, reliable as the earth itself. On either side of the path, small cottages nestle into the landscape. Their walls are made of pale stone, glowing softly in the lantern light. Each roof is covered in dark wooden shingles, weathered to a deep, rich gray. From the windows, more warm light spills out, but it's gentle light, the kind that suggests candles or a fire in the hearth, not harsh or bright but soft and golden and inviting. In one window you can see the silhouette of a plant, its leaves creating a delicate pattern against the glowing curtain behind it. In another, a small shelf with books, their spines creating a row of peaceful shadows. These cottages are lived in, loved, but right now they're quiet. Everyone in Moonhaven moves slowly here, speaks softly, honors the peace of the evening. You continue walking, in no hurry at all. There's nowhere you need to be, nothing you need to do. Time moves differently here, or perhaps it doesn't move at all. Perhaps in Moonhaven there's only this moment, this peaceful, perfect now. The wind chimes sing their gentle song again. Closer now. You realize they're hanging from the eaves of the cottages, from the branches of the trees that arch over the pathways, each one a different voice, some higher and clearer, some deeper and more resonant, but all of them soft, all of them creating this tapestry of tranquil sound. A slight breeze moves through the village, just enough to stir the chimes, just enough to make the lantern flames dance gently in their glass houses. The breeze brings with it a new scent, lavender this time, from bundles hanging to dry on someone's door. The scent wraps around you like a soft blanket, calming, soothing, peaceful. You pass a small garden tucked between two cottages. Even in the dim evening light, you can see the shapes of plants, the round faces of sleeping flowers, the tall, graceful stems of grasses swaying ever so slightly in the breeze. A stone bench sits at the edge of the garden, waiting, patient. Perhaps another night you'll sit there, but tonight you keep walking, drawn forward by the peace that seems to deepen with every step. The path curves gently, following the natural contours of the land. Moonhaven doesn't impose itself on the landscape, it nestles into it, becomes part of it. The village and the forest and the hills are all one here, all breathing together, all part of the same quiet song. Ahead you see a small bridge, just a few steps across a narrow stream. The sound of water reaches your ears, soft and melodic, adding its voice to the wind chimes and the breeze. As you step onto the bridge you pause, looking down at the water below. The stream is shallow and clear, moving slowly over smooth stones. The lantern light reflects on its surface, creating ripples of gold that flow and shift and dance. You watch the water for a long moment, its movement hypnotic, soothing. There's something about water that always brings peace, and this water flowing through the heart of Moonhaven seems to carry extra tranquility with it, as if it's been blessed by the village's calm. You rest your hand on the bridge's railing, feeling the smooth wood beneath your palm. It's cool to the touch, solid, real. You take another deep breath, and with the exhale you feel yourself sinking even deeper into this peace, deeper into this moment, deeper into Moonhaven. When you're ready, and there's no rush, you continue across the bridge. On the other side, the path opens into a small square, the heart of the village. Here, a large oak tree stands in the center, ancient and magnificent. Its branches spread wide overhead, creating a canopy of leaves that rustle softly in the evening breeze. Around its trunk, more lanterns have been placed, illuminating the tree's strong, beautiful bark. The way its roots spread across the ground before disappearing into the earth. Beneath the tree, someone has placed cushions, soft and inviting, arranged in a gentle circle. This is a place for gathering, for quiet conversation, for shared silence. But tonight the cushions are empty, waiting. The village is at rest. You stand in the square for a moment, surrounded by the cottages with their warm windows, sheltered by the oak tree's branches, breathing in the pine and lavender and wood smoke, listening to the wind chimes and the water and the whisper of leaves. Everything here is soft. Everything here is gentle. Everything here is exactly as it should be. You feel something you haven't felt in a long time, complete and utter welcome. Moonhaven isn't just accepting your presence, it's celebrating it. You belong here. You are home. And in this moment, standing in the heart of this peaceful village, under the stars and the ancient oak, surrounded by soft light and gentle sound and sweet fragrance, you realize something important. You can return here whenever you need to. Moonhaven will always be here, waiting, peaceful, welcoming. All you have to do is close your eyes, take a deep breath, and remember, Remember the stone path beneath your feet. Remember the golden lanterns. Remember the wind chimes singing their eternal song. Remember the scent of pine and lavender. Remember the feeling of being welcomed, of being home, of being at peace. Let yourself rest now, here in Moonhaven, where time moves slowly, where peace is the only thing that matters, where you are safe and welcome and home. Rest now. You are home. Soft silence. End of chapter. Continue breathing deeply and allow yourself to drift into peaceful sleep. The Lantern Bridge. Take a slow, gentle breath in and release it softly. Let your body settle, becoming heavier, more relaxed with each exhale. Tonight, we continue our peaceful journey to a quiet bridge where light dances on water and rest is the only destination. The evening air wraps around you like the softest silk, cool and gentle against your skin. You're walking along a path of smooth, pale stones, each one worn by countless footsteps before yours, each one steady beneath your feet. The path curves gently ahead, winding through gardens where night-blooming flowers are just beginning to open, releasing their delicate perfume into the twilight air. With each step, you feel yourself moving deeper into calm, as if the very act of walking is releasing tension from your body, letting it flow down through your legs, through your feet, into the earth below. Your shoulders are soft. Your jaw is loose. Your breathing is slow and easy, natural as the tide. Ahead, you hear something, a sound so gentle you almost wonder if you imagined it. Water. Moving quietly, peacefully over smooth stones. The sound draws you forward, not with urgency, but with a soft invitation. The way a favorite chair might call you to sit, the way a warm blanket might invite you to rest. As you round a gentle bend in the path, you see it. The Lantern Bridge. It stretches before you, a graceful wooden structure arching over a wide, slow-moving river. The bridge is made of weathered wood, pale and smooth, silvered by moonlight and time. Its railings are simple and elegant, worn to a beautiful softness by the touch of countless hands seeking balance, seeking connection, seeking the simple comfort of something solid to hold. But it's not the bridge itself that takes your breath away. It's the lanterns. Dozens of them, perhaps hundreds, floating gently along the river's surface. Each lantern is small and delicate, made of rice paper that glows from within with a soft, golden light. They drift slowly, peacefully, following the river's ancient current, each one bobbing gently on the water's surface, creating ripples of light that spread outward in perfect circles. You move closer to the bridge, and as you do, you notice that lanterns line the bridge itself as well. They hang from the railings at careful intervals, suspended by nearly invisible threads, so that they seem to float in the air, mirrors of their brothers and sisters floating on the water below. The effect is magical, as if you're about to step into a river of light, a pathway made of gentle flame and peaceful glow. You place your hand on the bridge's railing, feeling the smooth wood beneath your palm, worn silken by weather and time and touch. Cool, solid, real. Grounding. You take a breath and step onto the bridge. The wood is solid beneath your feet, making no sound as you walk. Each plank fits perfectly against the next, and you can feel the gentle arch of the bridge as it rises slightly, then falls, carrying you across the water. There's something deeply peaceful about bridges, the way they connect one place to another, the way they exist in between, belonging fully to neither shore, suspended in their own quiet moment. You walk slowly, very slowly, to the center of the bridge. Here you pause. The river flows beneath you, wide and calm and dark. Its surface is smooth as glass between the lanterns, reflecting the deep blue of the evening sky, the silver light of the rising moon, the golden glow of the floating lanterns. Where the lanterns drift, the water comes alive, shimmering, dancing, as if the river itself is made of liquid light. You watch one lantern float beneath the bridge, following its gentle progress. It drifts so peacefully, rocking slightly with the current, its paper sides glowing warm and soft, like a tiny house for light, like a small luminous heart. It passes beneath you, emerges on the other side, and continues its journey downstream, joining the procession of lights that stretches as far as you can see, winding with the river, disappearing eventually into the soft darkness, carried toward some unknown destination, unhurried, unworried, simply being. The water makes the gentlest sound, a soft whisper as it moves around the bridge's supports, a quiet murmur as it flows over smooth stones on the riverbed below. It's the sound of patience, of time moving without concern, of nature following its ancient, eternal rhythm. You could listen to this sound forever, let it wash through you, let it carry away every thought, every worry, every tension. You rest your arms on the railing, feeling its smooth surface beneath you, and simply watch. Watch the lanterns drift. Watch the light dance on the water. Watch the gentle ripples spread and fade and spread again. There's something mesmerizing about it, the way the light moves, the way everything flows, the way peace seems to emanate from the river itself. In the distance, from somewhere in the trees that line the riverbank, you hear the call of a night bird. The sound is pure and clear, a simple series of notes, soft as a lullaby. Another bird answers, further away, its voice slightly different, slightly deeper. They're not singing to you, they're singing to the night itself, to the river, to the moon, to each other. You're simply blessed to hear them, to be present for this gentle conversation between birds who know nothing of worry, who live fully in each moment, each breath, each song. The breeze stirs, just slightly, and you feel it move across your face, cool and tender. It carries with it the scent of water, clean and fresh, and something else, night-blooming jasmine from a garden somewhere nearby. The combination is intoxicating, peaceful, a fragrance that seems to slow time itself, to make each moment last a little longer, feel a little deeper. You close your eyes for just a moment, breathing in that scent, listening to the water, the birds, the silence between sounds. When you open your eyes again, you notice something you hadn't seen before. An elder villager is standing at the far end of the bridge. They must have approached while your eyes were closed, moving as silently as mist. They're dressed simply, in robes of soft, faded blue, the color of the sky at twilight. Their face is gentle, weathered by years of smiling, of peaceful living. They're not looking at you, they're looking at the river, at the lanterns, with an expression of such deep contentment that just seeing them makes you feel more peaceful. After a long, comfortable silence, they speak. Their voice is soft, like the rustle of leaves, like the whisper of water over stones. "Beautiful, isn't it?" they say, and you nod, though they're not looking at you, they somehow know. Another pause. Long and easy. Silence between you both feels natural, unforced. Finally they continue, their words slow and thoughtful, each one offered like a gift. "These lanterns," they gesture gently toward the river, "have been floating here for longer than memory. They guide travelers to rest. Watch them long enough, and you'll feel it, the way they carry burdens away, the way they light the path to peace." You watch the lanterns drift, and you understand. Each one is like a worry, released onto the water, transformed into light, carried gently away by the current. Not destroyed, not fought against, simply transformed, released, let go. The elder is quiet again, and you both stand there, two silent figures on the lantern bridge, watching light dance on water, listening to the river sing its ancient song, breathing the cool jasmine-scented air. Some travelers, the elder says after a time, try to count the lanterns. They never can. There are always more than can be counted. Just as there is always more peace available than we can fully hold. The river is generous. The light is endless. You feel the truth of these words settle into your bones. The river is generous. The light is endless. Peace is always available, always flowing, always here, waiting for you to simply stop, to watch, to receive. Rest here as long as you need, the elder says softly. The lanterns will keep watch. The river will sing. And when you're ready, when your spirit is full of this light, the bridge will carry you forward. But there's no hurry. There's never any hurry here. You nod slowly, gratefully. The elder smiles, a gentle expression that reaches their eyes, making them crinkle at the corners. Then, as silently as they appeared, they turn and drift away, their robes whispering against the wooden planks, until they disappear into the soft evening, becoming part of the piece itself. And you remain, standing on the lantern bridge, suspended between shores, suspended in this perfect moment. The lanterns continue their eternal journey. The water continues its gentle song. The night birds call to one another in the darkness. The jasmine-scented breeze moves softly across your face. You feel something releasing inside you. Something you've been holding, perhaps for longer than you knew. It flows out of you like breath, like water, and the river carries it away, transforms it, turns it into one more soft, glowing light, drifting peacefully, becoming part of the beauty, part of the peace. You rest your weight more fully on the railing, letting it support you, feeling the solid wood beneath your arms, beneath your body. You're held. You're safe. You're exactly where you need to be. The lanterns glow. The water flows. The night embraces you with gentle darkness and soft light. And you simply rest. Here on the lantern bridge, where all burdens become light, where all travelers find their way to peace. Rest now. The lanterns will keep watch. The river will sing you home. Soft silence. End of chapter. Let the gentle flow of the river carry you into peaceful, restorative sleep. The Warm Hearth Tavern. Take a deep, slow breath in, and let it go, feeling your body sink deeper into comfort. Tonight, we journey to a place of warmth, of gentle company, of perfect safety. A place where you are welcomed, where you belong, where rest comes easily. The evening has deepened around you. The sky now a rich velvet blue scattered with silver stars. You've been walking along a quiet cobblestone path, your footsteps soft and unhurried, when you notice a gentle glow ahead. Warm, golden, inviting. As you draw closer, you see it, a building nestled between two ancient oak trees, their branches reaching over the roof like protective arms. The structure is made of honey-colored stone, weathered smooth by time, with dark wooden beams that frame windows glowing with the softest, warmest light you've ever seen. A wooden sign hangs above the door, swaying ever so slightly in the cool evening breeze. The sign reads simply, "The Warm Hearth." Even from here, standing on the path, you can feel the welcome emanating from this place. Not just the promise of warmth, but something deeper. Safety. Comfort. Home. You approach the door, a beautiful piece of dark oak worn smooth by countless hands, countless arrivals. There's no handle to turn, just a gentle push, and the door swings inward on silent hinges, releasing a wave of warmth that wraps around you like the gentlest embrace. You step inside. The first thing you notice, before your eyes even adjust to the light, is the warmth. It envelopes you completely, soaking into your skin, into your bones, melting away the cool of the evening. It's not the harsh heat of a summer day, but the perfect, gentle warmth of a space that knows exactly how to comfort, how to soothe, how to heal. As your eyes adjust, you see the source of this blessed warmth. A fireplace. But not just any fireplace. This one dominates the far wall. Built from smooth river stones fitted together like a beautiful puzzle. Each stone a different shade of gray and brown and amber. The hearth itself is wide and deep, and within it, a fire burns with steady, peaceful flames. The wood crackles softly, not loud or startling, just a gentle conversation of heat and light, a whisper of comfort. The flames dance in shades of orange and gold and deep amber, hypnotic in their movement, mesmerizing in their glow. The room itself is exactly the right size, not too large, not too small. Intimate. Cozy. The walls are paneled in dark wood that gleams softly in the firelight, and from the low-beamed ceiling several lanterns hang, their light turned low, adding just enough glow to see by without overwhelming the gentle dominance of the fire. And the chairs. Oh, the chairs. Arranged in a loose semicircle facing the fireplace are the most inviting chairs you've ever seen. Each one is different, unique, but all share the same quality of deep, soul-satisfying comfort. There are armchairs upholstered in soft fabrics, worn velvet in deep burgundy, faded tapestry in muted blues and golds. There are wooden rockers with thick cushions tied to their seats and backs. There's even a small sofa, its pillows plump and welcoming, positioned at just the right angle to the fire. The floor is covered with woven rugs, layered one over another, creating a soft, warm pathway. The rugs are in earthy tones, rust and cream and deep brown, their patterns faded and beautiful, telling stories of years of footsteps, of countless travelers who found rest here. You notice the scent now, weaving through the wood smoke from the fire. Herbs. Something warm and soothing. Chamomile, perhaps, and lavender, and something else. Cinnamon? Honey? The scent is subtle but enveloping, adding another layer of comfort to this already perfect space. Welcome, says a voice, so gentle it's almost part of the fire's crackle, part of the room's warmth itself. You turn to see the innkeeper, emerging from a doorway you hadn't noticed before. They move slowly, gracefully, carrying a small tray. They're dressed in simple, comfortable clothes, a long tunic in soft gray, an apron tied at the waist. Their face is kind, deeply kind, with smile lines around their eyes and mouth, evidence of a life spent in gentle joy, in caring for others. Please, they say softly, gesturing toward the chairs. Sit wherever calls to you. You must be tired from your journey. And you realize you are tired. Not the harsh exhaustion of stress or anxiety, but a good, honest tiredness. The kind that comes from walking peaceful paths, from breathing fresh air, from allowing yourself to finally rest. You choose a chair, perhaps the deep armchair closest to the fire, its burgundy velvet soft as rose petals. As you sink into it, the chair seems to embrace you, to cradle you. The cushion molds perfectly to your body, supporting you in exactly the right places. You lean back, and your head finds a pillow, perfectly positioned, perfectly soft. Your arms rest naturally on the wide armrests. Your feet, you can stretch them toward the fire, or tuck them up beneath you, whatever feels most comfortable. The innkeeper approaches, moving with that same unhurried grace, and places the tray on a small table beside your chair. On the tray is a cup, steam rising from it in delicate spirals, and a small plate with slices of bread and honey. Herbal tea, the innkeeper says quietly. A blend we make here. Chamomile and lavender, a touch of mint, a whisper of honey. It's meant to ease the spirit, to prepare the body for rest. They pour the tea carefully, the liquid a pale golden color, almost luminous in the firelight. The steam carries that beautiful herbal scent, stronger now, wrapping around you like a soft blanket. Thank you, you murmur, and your own voice sounds different here. Softer, calmer. As if the room itself is teaching you how to be gentle, how to be at peace. The innkeeper settles into a rocking chair nearby, not too close, giving you space, but close enough that you feel their warm presence. They pick up a piece of knitting from a basket beside the chair, yarn the color of cream, and begin to work, their hands moving slowly, rhythmically. The gentle click of the needles adds to the room's symphony of peaceful sounds, the crackle of fire, the soft creak of the rocking chair, the distant whisper of wind outside. You lift the cup, feeling its warmth seep into your palms, and take a slow sip. The tea is perfect. Not too hot, not too cool. The chamomile is soothing, the lavender adds a floral sweetness. The mint provides just a touch of coolness, and underneath it all, the honey. Smooth, golden, sweet as kindness itself. You feel the warmth of the tea travel down, spreading through your chest, your belly, radiating outward to your limbs. With each sip, you feel yourself relaxing more deeply, your muscles softening, your breathing slowing, your mind quieting. The fire crackles gently, and you watch the flames dance. There's something ancient about fire, something that speaks to the deepest parts of us. For thousands of years, humans have gathered around fires just like this one, finding warmth, finding light, finding community. And now you're part of that ancient tradition, connected to all those who have ever sat before a fire and felt their worries fade, their spirits ease, their hearts open. This village, the innkeeper says softly, their needles still moving in that soothing rhythm, has always been a place of rest. It grew up naturally, around a spring, in a valley where the wind is gentle and the sun is kind. People found their way here, not by map or direction, but by need, by being called to peace. You take another sip of tea, listening, feeling no need to respond, just receiving their words like gifts. We have a tradition here, they continue, their voice like warm honey. On the first night of autumn, when the leaves begin to turn, everyone in the village brings a candle to the square. We light them all together, hundreds of small flames, and we stand in silence. Just stand, watching the light, feeling the community, knowing we're all part of something gentle, something good. The rocking chair creaks softly. The needles click. The fire whispers. In winter, the innkeeper goes on. We gather here, in this very room. We tell stories. Not exciting stories, not adventures or mysteries. Just stories of small kindnesses, of neighbors helping neighbors, of gardens growing, of days passing peacefully. We remind each other that life doesn't have to be loud to be beautiful. You can picture it. This room filled with gentle people, voices soft, sharing their quiet joys. The image itself is soothing, like a balm on your spirit. And in spring, the innkeeper smiles. You can hear it in their voice. We plant a tree together. Somewhere in the village, wherever space calls for it. We dig together, plant together, water it together. Then we leave it to grow, trusting that care and time will create something beautiful. The fire pops softly, sending a small spiral of sparks up the chimney. You watch them rise, glowing bright for just a moment, then fading, becoming part of the warmth, the light, the peace. Your tea is half finished now, and you feel so warm, so comfortable, so perfectly held by this chair, this room, this moment. Your eyelids are growing heavy, in the best possible way. Not the heaviness of exhaustion, but the gentle weight of true relaxation, of safety, of being exactly where you need to be. You're welcome to stay as long as you'd like, the innkeeper murmurs. Some travelers sit by the fire for hours. Some fall asleep right in those chairs, and we simply cover them with a blanket and let them rest. There's no schedule here. No rules. Only comfort. Only peace. You sink deeper into the chair, if that's even possible. The fire's warmth is a living thing, pulsing gently, steadily, like a heartbeat. The innkeeper's rocking chair maintains its slow rhythm. The knitting needles continue their soft clicking. And underneath it all, your own breathing, slow and deep and easy. Outside, somewhere in the distance, you hear wind chimes. Their sound filters through the walls, adding another layer to this perfect tapestry of peace. The wind must be moving through the village, stirring the trees, carrying the scent of night flowers. But here, in the warm hearth, you are sheltered, protected. Say, rest now, the innkeeper whispers, so softly you almost don't hear it. You found your way here. Your home. And home is where we rest. You close your eyes, just for a moment, and the darkness behind your eyelids is warm. The fire's glow seems to penetrate even through your closed eyes, creating patterns of soft orange and gold. You can still feel the cup's warmth in your hands. Still smell the herbs and wood smoke and honey. Still hear the fire's gentle crackle, the rocking chair's peaceful creak. And you realize, You don't need to do anything. You don't need to think or plan or worry. You simply need to be here, now, in this perfect moment of warmth and comfort and safety. The warm hearth holds you. The fire watches over you. The innkeeper's gentle presence surrounds you. And you simply rest. Safe, warm, home. Soft silence. Only the distant crackle of the fire. End of chapter. Let the warmth carry you gently into deep, peaceful sleep. The bookshop that never closes. Breathe in slowly and release, letting your breath carry away any lingering thoughts. Tonight, we wander into a place of stories, where words rest on pages like birds in nests, where time is measured in paragraphs, and peace lives between every line. The night has grown deeper, softer. The village streets are quiet, bathed in silvery moonlight that makes everything glow with gentle luminescence. You're walking slowly, aimlessly, with no destination in mind, when you notice something unusual. A tiny shop, tucked between two larger buildings, that you're certain wasn't there before. Or perhaps it was, and you simply hadn't noticed. Time works differently here, and so does space, and perhaps this little shop has always been here. Waiting, patient as only a bookshop can be. The windows glow with the warmest, softest light. Not electric, something gentler. Candlelight, perhaps. Through the glass you can see shelves. So many shelves, and the spines of countless books creating a tapestry of colors, muted in the dim light, peaceful. Inviting. Above the door a small sign, hand-painted in elegant script, reads, "The bookshop that never closes." And underneath in smaller letters, "All who wander are welcome." You feel drawn toward it, not pulled urgently, but called gently, the way you might be drawn to a comfortable chair after a long day, or to a garden in bloom, or to anything that promises rest for a weary spirit. The door is painted deep forest green, and when you push it open, a small bell chimes. Not a sharp jangle, but a soft, melodious ring, like a single note from a crystal glass. The sound seems to hover in the air for a long moment, then fade into the quietness of the shop. You step inside. The air is immediately different, warmer. Scented with old paper and leather and something else, vanilla perhaps, or aged wood, or the indefinable fragrance of stories themselves. It's the smell of 1,000 imagined worlds, of words waiting patiently to be read, of pages turned by countless hands over countless years. The shop is small, intimate, but somehow feels infinite. The ceiling is low, creating a sense of shelter, of being held. From it hang several brass lanterns, their glass sides amber-tinted, their candlelight soft and steady. The light they cast is golden, warm, the color of honey or autumn leaves or the last light of evening. But it's the shelves that take your breath away. They don't stand straight and rigid like in ordinary bookshops. Here, the shelves curve and wind like tree branches, like rivers, like pathways through a forest. They seem to grow organically from the floor and walls, made of dark, polished wood that gleams softly in the candlelight. Some shelves are at eye level, perfect for browsing. Others are higher, requiring you to look up, to wonder what treasures rest there. Still others are low, inviting you to kneel, to sit, to settle in close to the ground where the peace is deepest. The books themselves, there are thousands, tens of thousands. They fill every shelf, stacked sometimes too deep, some standing upright, some leaning against each other like old friends. Their spines are every color imaginable, those softened by age and candlelight, muted like watercolors. Deep blues and soft greens, faded reds and gentle browns, cream and gold and burgundy. You take a few steps deeper into the shop, and the floor creaks softly beneath your feet. The sound is comforting, a gentle announcement of your presence, a conversation between your footsteps and the old wooden boards. Here and there, scattered throughout the shop, are small reading nooks. A cushioned window seat with pillows and faded florals. A worn leather chair positioned beneath a lantern. A small sofa covered in soft velvet, the color of twilight. "Good evening," says a voice, quiet as a whisper, gentle as falling snow. You turn to see the shopkeeper, emerging from behind a shelf as if they've always been there, as if they're part of the shop itself. They're older, ageless really, with silver hair pulled back loosely, and eyes that crinkle at the corners with warmth. They wear a cardigan over a simple shirt, wool socks, comfortable clothes for long nights among books. "Welcome," they say, and their smile is genuine, complete, as if your arrival is the most natural thing in the world. "Please, wander as you like. Every book here has found its way to us for a reason. And perhaps, one or two are waiting just for you." You nod, grateful for the permission to explore, to be present without expectation. The shopkeeper returns to whatever they were doing, settling into a chair behind a small desk near the back, opening a leather-bound volume, becoming part of the shop's peaceful tableau. You begin to wander. Your fingers trail along the spines of books as you walk, feeling the different textures. Smooth leather, rough cloth, the slight ridge of embossed titles. Each book is a door, a portal, a promise of another world. But tonight, you're not looking for adventure or excitement. Tonight, you're seeking something else. Comfort. Peace. Words that soothe rather than excite. You pause at a shelf that seems to glow slightly brighter than the others. Perhaps it's just the way the candlelight falls. But the books here seem to call to you. You tilt your head, reading the titles embossed on spines in faded gold and silver. Quiet Mornings, The Garden at Dusk, Meditations by Candlelight, a collection of gentle hours. You pull out one book, Quiet Mornings, and the weight of it in your hands is perfect. Substantial but not heavy. Real. The cover is cloth, a soft gray blue, and when you open it, the pages are thick and cream-colored, slightly rough to the touch. You can smell the paper, clean, slightly sweet, like dried flowers. You turn to a page at random and begin to read, your eyes moving slowly over the words. The morning arrived on feet of mist, settling over the meadow like a gentle blessing. Each blade of grass held a single drop of dew, perfect, complete. The world was newborn in that light, and nothing needed to be different than it was. The words settle over you like the mist in the passage, soft, peaceful. You can almost see that meadow, feel that cool morning air. You read on. She stood at the window, hands wrapped around a cup of tea, watching the sunrise paint the sky in shades of rose and gold. There was nowhere she needed to be, nothing she needed to do. In this moment, there was only the warmth of the cup, the beauty of the light, the quiet joy of being alive and present and here. You feel your shoulders drop, your breathing deepen. These aren't dramatic words, there's no conflict or tension, just presence. The simple beauty of a quiet moment. You close the book carefully, reverently, and return it to its place. Your fingers continue along the shelf, and you select another, The Garden at Dusk. This one has a green cover, soft as moss, and when you open it, you find not only words but small illustrations. Delicate ink drawings of flowers, of garden paths, of benches beneath arbors. You turn pages slowly, reading a line here, a paragraph there. The roses knew nothing of worry. They simply bloomed, offering their fragrance to the evening air, expecting nothing in return. This is the lesson of gardens, that beauty gives itself freely, that peace grows naturally when we create space for it. Yes, you feel that truth in your bones. Peace grows naturally when we create space for it. And here, in this tiny bookshop, space has been created. Space for quiet. Space for gentle words. Space for you. You look up and notice a reading nook you hadn't seen before, a small alcove beneath a window. The window shows the night outside, stars visible through the glass, and on the sill, several candles burn in small glass holders. Their light reflects in the window, creating layers of warm glow. In the alcove is a chair, upholstered in soft fabric the color of aged burgundy, and beside it, a small table with a lamp. Not an electric lamp, but an oil lamp, its flame steady and golden. You settle into the chair, bringing the book with you, and it's as if the chair was made exactly for your body. The cushion supports you perfectly. The armrests are at just the right height. The back curves to meet your spine as if welcoming an old friend. You open the garden at dusk again, letting it fall open to wherever it wishes. The pages are illuminated by the lamp's gentle glow, and you begin to read. Evening in the garden was a sacred time. The birds sang their final songs, softer now, gentler. The flowers began to close their petals, folding themselves inward, preparing for rest. The gardener walked the paths slowly, touching a leaf here, breathing in the scent of lavender there, grateful for another day of growth, of beauty, of life unfolding as it was meant to. Your own breathing has synchronized with the words, slow and deep. You turn the page, and find an illustration of a garden bench covered in vines, peaceful, patient, waiting. Sit a while, the garden seemed to say. There is no rush. There is only this moment, this breath, this presence. The weeding can wait. The planting can wait. For now, simply be. Simply rest among the growing things. You let your eyes close for just a moment, the book resting open in your lap. You can almost smell that garden, the lavender, the roses, the fresh earth. You can almost hear the bird's evening song. Almost feel the soft air of dusk against your skin. When you open your eyes, the shopkeeper is there, not intrusively close, but nearby, holding a small tray. On it, a cup of something warm, steam rising in delicate spirals. Chamomile, they say softly, with a touch of honey. I thought you might enjoy it while you read. Thank you, you whisper, and they smile, setting the cup on the small table beside you, then drifting away like a benevolent spirit, leaving you to your peace. You take a sip. The tea is perfect, warm and soothing, the honey sweet but subtle. You cup your hands around it, feeling its warmth, and return to your book. You read for what might be minutes or might be hours. Time has ceased to have meaning. There are only words, gentle, beautiful words, washing over you like warm water. Stories of quiet mornings, of gardens at rest, of cups of tea and candlelight and simple moments of grace. The candles flicker slightly, their flames dancing, casting moving shadows that are themselves soothing, like a gentle pulse, like breathing. You read about a person sitting by a window watching snow fall. About someone walking along a beach at dawn collecting shells. About an elderly couple sharing tea in comfortable silence. Each story is a meditation, a prayer, a reminder that life's greatest beauties are often its quietest. Your eyelids grow heavy, pleasantly heavy. The book is warm in your lap. The tea has left you with a honey-sweet taste on your tongue. The chair holds you like loving arms. And all around you, the thousands of books on their curving shelves stand as witnesses, as guardians, as friends. You can stay as long as you like. The shopkeeper's voice drifts from somewhere in the shop. We never close. Time doesn't work the same way here. Read, rest, dream. The books will wait. They're patient. They've waited this long. You smile, feeling a deep gratitude for this place, for these words, for this moment of perfect peace. You let your eyes close again, the book still open in your lap, the words still there, waiting, patient as only words can be. And in the bookshop that never closes, surrounded by stories of peace, held by candlelight and comfort, you find what you came seeking. Rest. Complete. Eternal rest. The books stand witness. The candles keep watch. And you simply sleep. Soft silence. Perhaps the distant sound of pages turning. End of chapter. Let the gentle words carry you into peaceful dreams. The village garden under starlight. Take a soft breath in, and release it gently, feeling yourself becoming lighter, more open. Tonight we walk through a garden that blooms in darkness, where flowers glow like small moons, and every breath carries peace. The night sky above you is vast, infinite, scattered with more stars than you've ever seen. Here in this quiet village, away from harsh lights and noise, the heavens reveal themselves fully. The Milky Way stretches across the darkness like a river of light, ancient, eternal, beautiful beyond words. You're walking along a path of soft white gravel, each step making the gentlest crunching sound, like whispers, like secrets shared with the earth. The air is cool and clean, carrying a hint of something sweet, something you can't quite name yet, but that calls to you like a half-remembered dream. Ahead, you see an archway made of living wood, two trees that have grown together over decades, perhaps centuries, their branches intertwined overhead, creating a natural doorway. Climbing roses wind through the branches, their blooms closed now for the evening, but their fragrance still present, soft as silk, sweet as memory. Beyond the archway, you glimpse something that makes you pause. Light, but not harsh light, gentle light, glowing light, coming from flowers? You step through the archway and enter the village garden under starlight, and you understand immediately why it carries that name. The garden spreads before you, perhaps an acre, perhaps infinite. It's difficult to tell in the luminous darkness. Paths of white stone wind through beds of plants and flowers, curving gently, inviting exploration. And throughout the garden, everywhere you look, flowers are glowing. Some emit a soft white light, like tiny moons growing from the earth. Others glow pale blue, the color of ice or distant stars. Still others shine with the faintest golden hue, warm as candlelight, gentle as dawn. The effect is magical, as if the stars themselves have descended to bloom in this sacred space. The light from the flowers is just enough to see by, enough to illuminate the paths, the leaves, the shadows between plants. But it's not bright, soft, dreamy, as if you've stepped into a painting, or a memory, or a place that exists between waking and sleeping. You take a few steps along the nearest path, and the white gravel is smooth beneath your feet. The plants on either side reach up gently, not wild or overgrown, but tended with love. Each one has space to breathe, space to grow, space to be fully itself. As you walk deeper into the garden, you become aware of the scents. They drift toward you on the cool night air, layering one over another, creating a symphony for your sense of smell. Lavender, you recognize that one immediately. Its clean, soothing fragrance wraps around you like a soft shawl. But there are others too. Night-blooming jasmine, sweet and intoxicating but gentle. Something green and fresh, mint perhaps, or sweet grass. Something floral and complex, roses still, but also honeysuckle, gardenia. Each breath brings new layers, new discoveries. And with each breath, you feel yourself relaxing more deeply. Your shoulders dropping, your jaw softening, your thoughts slowing like a river finding its way to the sea. You notice movement ahead, gentle, unhurried. A figure kneeling beside a bed of the glowing flowers. They're dressed simply, in clothes the color of earth and stone, and they move with the slow, careful attention of someone who loves what they're doing. A watering can sits beside them, and they're touching the leaves of a plant, their hands gentle, reverent. As you approach, they look up. Their face is peaceful, open. They smile, a slow, genuine smile that reaches their eyes. "Welcome," they say, their voice barely above a whisper, as if speaking too loudly might disturb the flowers. "I wondered if someone might come tonight. The garden is especially beautiful when the stars are this bright." "It's incredible," you murmur, and your own voice comes out soft, hushed by the sacred atmosphere of this place. The gardener rises slowly, brushing soil from their hands, and gestures for you to walk with them. You fall into step beside them, matching their unhurried pace, and together you stroll deeper into the garden. "These flowers," the gardener says softly, "only bloom at night. During the day, they're closed, resting. But when darkness comes, when the moon rises and the stars appear, they open, and they glow. No one knows exactly why. Science can't quite explain it. But those of us who tend them, we have our own theories. They pause beside a cluster of flowers glowing soft white, like small lanterns made of petals. The gardener kneels, and you kneel beside them. Up close, you can see the delicate structure of the blooms, 5 petals each, curved gently, with a center that glows brightest, pulsing almost like a heartbeat, like breathing. We believe, the gardener continues, their voice a gentle murmur, that these flowers absorb starlight. All day, even when they're closed, they're drinking in the sun's light. And at night, they release it, transformed, softer. Kinda. They give back what they've received, but changed into something more gentle, more peaceful. You lean closer, and breathe in the scent of these particular flowers. It's clean and fresh, like the air after rain, like early morning in a forest. You feel it move through you, calming, centering. This one is called moon petal, the gardener says. Its scent carries clarity. When your mind is busy, tangled, breathing in moon petal helps thoughts settle. Like snow falling, eventually everything becomes still. You take another breath, and yes, you feel it. Your mind, which you hadn't even realized was still turning, slows. The thoughts don't disappear, they simply quiet, settle. Like snow, like the gardener said. You both rise and continue walking. The path curves to the left, and you find yourself in a section where the flowers glow pale blue. These blooms are different, larger, with petals that seem almost translucent, like thin silk backlit by gentle light. These are star blooms, the gardener tells you, pausing to touch one bloom with infinite gentleness. They carry the scent of memory, but not just any memory, only the peaceful ones, the happy ones. When you breathe in star bloom, you might remember a summer afternoon in your grandmother's garden, the feeling of sun on your face, a moment when you felt completely safe, completely loved. You kneel again, bringing your face close to the glowing blue petals. You breathe in slowly, deeply. The scent is complex, floral but not sweet, cool but not sharp. It's like breathing in twilight itself. And yes, memories begin to surface. Not forced, not sought. They simply arrive. Like gifts. You remember being small, sitting in a garden. Someone you loved was nearby. You felt safe. You felt the warmth of sun, the softness of grass. You heard bees humming. Felt absolutely, completely, at peace. The memory doesn't make you sad for what's past. Instead, it fills you with warmth, gratitude, the knowledge that you have known peace before, and you can know it again. You're knowing it now. Beautiful, isn't it? The gardener whispers. How scent can carry us through time, can remind us of who we are, who we've always been. You nod, feeling emotion rising gently in your chest. Not overwhelming, just present, tender, real. You walk on together. The garden seems to expand around you, revealing new paths, new corners, new clusters of glowing blooms. You pass flowers that glow golden, their scent warm and spicy, cinnamon and honey. The gardener tells you these are sun memory flowers, that they carry the essence of every gentle sunset that's ever been. You pause beside a bed of flowers that barely glow at all, just the faintest luminescence, like captured moonbeams. These are tiny, delicate, and when you lean close, their scent is so subtle you almost miss it. But then it registers. Vanilla, cream, something that smells like comfort, like home, like being held. Whisper blooms, the gardener says with special tenderness. They're the most delicate, the most shy, but their gift is profound. They carry the scent of peace itself, pure peace. Not the peace that comes after struggle, but the peace that simply is, that has always been, that will always be. You close your eyes, breathing in that impossible scent. peace itself. And you feel it move through you like water, like light, filling spaces you didn't know were empty, soothing places you didn't know were hurting. Just being, just peace. When you open your eyes, the gardener is watching you with gentle understanding. They know. They felt it too. That moment when the flowers share their deepest gift. Come, they say softly. There's one more place I want to show you. You follow them along a path that winds to the garden's heart. Here, in the very center, is a small clearing. The white gravel path circles around it, and within the circle grows the most extraordinary tree you've ever seen. It's not large, perhaps twice your height, but every branch is covered in blossoms, and every blossom glows, white and gold and blue all together, creating a light that is somehow all colors and no color, pure radiance, pure beauty. Beneath the tree is a bench, simple, wooden, worn smooth by many people sitting, many people resting. The heart tree, the gardener whispers. It blooms only at night, only under stars. And its scent is impossible to describe. Some say it smells like every good thing they've ever known. Others say it has no scent at all, that it's silent, pure. I think it smells like exactly what you need it to smell like. They gesture to the bench. An invitation. You sit slowly, and the wood is smooth and cool beneath you. The gardener sits beside you, but not too close, giving you space, giving you this moment. You breathe in, and the scent that reaches you. It's your mother's hair when you were small. It's the sheets on your bed when you felt safest. It's the air on the best day of your life. It's every person who ever loved you. It's starlight and moonlight and earth and growing things. It's peace and joy and rest and home. It's everything. It's nothing. It's exactly what you need. Tears slide down your cheeks, but they're not sad tears. They're release, relief, recognition. You are seen. You are known. You are held by something larger than yourself. By beauty. By peace. By the eternal growing things that know only how to bloom and glow and share their gifts freely. The gardener says nothing, just sits beside you, present, witnessing, honoring your experience. Above, the stars will slowly in their ancient dance. Around you, the flowers pulse with gentle light, breathing, glowing, being. And you simply receive. All the scents of the garden blend together now. Moon petals clarity, starbloom's memories, the warmth of sun memory, the comfort of whisper bloom. And underneath it all, the heart tree's impossible gift. You breathe it all in, and with each breath, you feel more whole, more present, more yourself, more at peace. You can come here whenever you need to, the gardener finally whispers. The garden is always here, always growing, always glowing, always offering its gifts. All you have to do is remember. Close your eyes, breathe, and you'll smell the flowers. Feel the peace. Know that you are held. You nod slowly, understanding. This garden isn't just a place. It's a truth, a reminder. Peace is always growing. Light is always glowing. Beauty is always blooming. Even in darkness. Especially in darkness. You sit for a while longer, beneath the glowing heart tree, breathing in the impossible scent of peace itself. And gradually, gently, you feel yourself drifting. Not leaving, just settling, sinking, resting. The sound of distant bells. Breathe in slowly and let the breath go, feeling yourself becoming still, quiet, like a pond reflecting the sky. Tonight we follow a sound, ancient and gentle, that calls us toward peace. The night is deep and calm around you. The village rests in peaceful silence. Windows glowing softly with candlelight, paths empty and waiting. The air is cool against your skin, carrying the clean scent of evening, of stone and earth and growing things settling into rest. You're standing at the edge of the village square, beneath the ancient oak tree, when you hear it. A sound, distant, soft, so quiet you almost think you imagined it. A bell. No, Not just one bell, several bells, each with a different voice, some higher, some deeper, all of them singing together, but not in unison. Each bell rings in its own time, at its own pace, creating a melody that isn't quite music, but something older, something that speaks directly to the quiet places in your soul. The sound drifts toward you on the breeze, and then fades. You wait, listening. There it is again. A gentle chiming, layered and soft, like water falling over stones, like wind moving through leaves, like the voice of peace itself. You feel called to follow it. Not urgently, not with any sense of hurry or need, but gently drawn, the way you might be drawn toward the scent of flowers, or the warmth of firelight, or anything that promises rest and beauty. You begin walking, letting your feet find their own path. The cobblestones are smooth beneath you, worn by centuries of footsteps. You pass cottages with their windows glowing, gardens sleeping in the darkness, stone walls covered in climbing vines. Everything is still. Everything is peaceful. The bells ring again, and you turn left, following a path that leads away from the village center. The sound is clearer now, more distinct. You can hear the individual voices, one bell chiming low and resonant, another answering higher and brighter, a third somewhere between, all of them speaking in their ancient language of peace. The path begins to slope upward, gently at first, then more noticeably. You're climbing. But it's not difficult. The path is wide and well tended, and you move slowly, taking your time, breathing deeply of the cool night air. On either side of the path, wild grasses sway slightly in the breeze. Tall and silver in the starlight, they create a soft rustling sound that harmonizes with the distant bells, becomes part of the symphony of the night. You can smell them, a clean green scent, like summer fields, like childhood afternoons. The bells ring again, closer now. You can feel them as much as hear them, a gentle vibration in the air, in your chest, in your bones. It's as if the sound is tuning something inside you, adjusting frequencies that have been slightly off, bringing you back into alignment with peace, with the earth, with yourself. You continue climbing. The path curves around the hillside, and with each step, the village below becomes smaller, softer. You can see the lights of the cottages, golden pinpoints in the darkness, arranged in gentle patterns. Smoke rises from a few chimneys, pale gray columns ascending into the star-filled sky. It looks like a painting, a dream, a place that exists outside of time. The bells call to you again, and you realize you're nearly there. The path levels out, and ahead, at the top of the hill, you see it. A small shrine. It's simple, elegant in its simplicity. 4 wooden posts support a gently curved roof, weathered by time to a beautiful silver gray. The posts are carved with symbols you don't recognize, ancient marks worn smooth, speaking of traditions older than memory. The roof itself is covered in wooden shingles, some missing, some covered in soft moss, giving it the appearance of something growing naturally from the hilltop, part of the landscape itself. And hanging from the roof's edges, suspended by thin cords, are bells. 7 of them, each different in size and shape. Some are brass, glowing golden even in the starlight. Others are iron, dark and solid. One appears to be ceramic, pale and smooth. They hang at different heights, moving slightly in the breeze, each one catching the wind in its own time, ringing its own note into the darkness. You step closer, and the sound surrounds you now. Not loud, never loud, but present, constant. A gentle ringing that fills the air, fills the space, fills you. Within the shrine, protected by the roof but open on all sides, is a simple wooden bench. Smooth. One. Polished by countless people sitting, countless people seeking what you seek now. Peace. Rest. A moment of stillness in a world that so often moves too fast. You step up onto the shrine's platform, feeling the solid wood beneath your feet, and you sit. The bench is cool, but not uncomfortably so. It's the right height, the right width. You settle back, and your body molds naturally to its shape. Your hands rest on your lap. Your feet are flat on the floor. Your spine is supported but not rigid. You're held, stable, present. The bells ring, and you close your eyes. With your eyes closed, the sound becomes everything. Each bell has its own distinct voice. The largest, the brass one to your left, rings deep and resonant. Its note is low, grounding, like the voice of the earth itself. When it sounds, you feel it in your belly, in your bones, a gentle reminder that you are solid, real, held by gravity, by the ground beneath you. A smaller bell, higher pitched, answers from the right. Its voice is bright, clear, like starlight given sound. This note seems to travel upward, lifting, creating space. When it chimes, you feel your chest expand, your breath deepen, as if making room for something new. Another bell joins, medium-toned, balanced. It hangs directly in front of you, and its sound is perfectly centered. Not high, not low, not bright, not dark, just present, full, complete. This note seems to gather all the others, to hold them together, to remind them they're part of something larger. The bells don't ring in any pattern you can predict. Sometimes one will chime alone, letting its note hang in the air for long moments before fading. Sometimes two will ring together, creating a harmony that is almost unbearably beautiful. Sometimes all seven will sound, creating a chord that seems to contain all peace, all beauty, all truth. The breeze moves through the shrine, and you feel it on your face, your arms. Cool, gentle, alive. It's the same breeze that moves the bells, that creates this ancient music. You're part of it now, sitting here, breathing, listening. You're part of the song. You breathe in slowly, and the bells chime. You breathe out slowly, and the sound fades. And the bells speak out, and silence returns. Your breathing and the bells become one rhythm, one dance, one meditation. With each breath, with each chime, you feel something releasing. Tension you didn't know you were carrying begins to melt. Your shoulders drop further. Your jaw softens more. Your brow, which may have been slightly furrowed, smooths out. The bells are tuning you, adjusting you, bringing you back into harmony. The deep brass bell rings, and you feel tension leave your belly, your lower back. The weight you've been carrying there, worry about what will come, anxiety about what might be, it flows out of you like water, soaking into the ground, being received by the earth, transformed. The bright, high bell chimes, and you feel tightness leave your chest, your throat. All the words you couldn't say, all the feelings you couldn't express, they're lifted now, released. You don't need to hold them anymore. The bells are holding them for you, transforming them, turning them into beauty. The centered bell sounds, and you feel your whole being come into alignment. Body, mind, heart, spirit, all of it settling into place, like pieces of a puzzle finding their fit, like a song finding its key, like coming home. The bells continue their gentle conversation with the wind, and you continue sitting, breathing, being. There's nothing you need to do, nowhere you need to go, no one you need to be except exactly who you are in this moment. Sitting on a hilltop shrine, listening to bells, breathing in peace. Time softens, becomes irrelevant. You might have been sitting here for minutes or hours. It doesn't matter. There is only this moment, this breath, this sound, this peace. You open your eyes slowly, and the world looks different, softer. The stars seem brighter. The air seems clearer. You can see the village below, its lights twinkling, and it looks so beautiful, so peaceful, so much like home. Above you, the bells hang from their cords, swaying gently. You watch them move. Such simple things, metal and ceramic shaped by human hands, hung by simple cord, but filled with such power, such grace, such ability to transform, to heal, to remind us of what matters. You understand something now. These bells have been ringing here for a very long time. Long before you arrived. They'll continue ringing long after you leave. They ring for no one and for everyone. They ring simply because the wind moves them. Because that's what bells do. Because that's what beauty does. It simply is. It doesn't need a reason. And peace is like that too. It doesn't require conditions. Doesn't need everything to be perfect. It simply exists, always, waiting to be noticed, waiting to be received. Like the bells waiting for the wind. Like the wind waiting to move. Like this moment waiting for you to arrive. You sit for a while longer, letting the bells sing to you, letting their song move through you, letting yourself be tuned, adjusted, brought back into harmony with the peace that is always present, always available, always here. The deep bell rings, and you breathe in slowly. The high bell answers, and you breathe out gently. The centered bell sounds, and you rest in the space between breaths. The space that is always still, always quiet, always at peace. Eventually, when you're ready, you know you could stand, could walk back down the hill, could return to the village. But you also know that you'll carry this with you. The sound of the bells, the feeling of peace, the memory of this moment suspended between earth and stars, held by ancient wood and simple metal, tuned by wind and time and the eternal patience of beauty. The bells will always be here, ringing their gentle song. And whenever you need to, whenever the world feels too loud, too fast, too heavy, you can close your eyes. Remember this hilltop. Remember these bells. And listen. They're always ringing, always singing, always calling you home to peace. For now, you simply sit. The bells chime softly. The breeze moves through the shrine. The stars wheel overhead in their ancient dance. And you are exactly where you need to be. Held by the sound. Tuned by the bells. At peace. Complete. Home. Let silence settle. Perhaps the distant, barely audible chime of a single bell. Then stillness. End of chapter. Let the resonance of the bells carry you into deep, peaceful sleep. The garden holds you. The flowers glow for you. The stars watch over you. And you simply rest. In the garden that blooms in darkness. Where every breath is peace. Where light grows from the earth. Where you are home. Soft silence. Perhaps the whisper of leaves. The gentle pulse of glowing flowers. End of chapter. Let the garden's peace carry you into deep, restorative sleep. The tea house of whispering leaves. Breathe in gently, and release softly, letting each exhale carry you deeper into calm. Tonight, we enter a place of warmth and wisdom, where tea is ceremony, where leaves speak, and where rest is honored as sacred. The village path winds before you, narrow and peaceful, lined with smooth stones that glow softly in the moonlight. You've been walking slowly, without purpose or destination. Simply moving through the quiet evening, when you notice a gentle glow through the trees. Warm light, amber and inviting. And with it, drifting on the cool night air, a scent, delicate, herbal. Something between flowers and earth, between memory and promise. You follow a smaller path that branches off, little more than stepping stones through a grove of willow trees. Their branches hang down like curtains of green, swaying gently in the breeze, creating a soft rustling sound. A whisper. The trees are speaking to each other, or perhaps to you, in their ancient language of wind and leaves. Through the willow curtains, you see it. A small building, elegant in its simplicity. The walls are made of pale wood, almost white in the moonlight, with panels of rice paper that glow from the light within. The roof is gently curved, covered in dark tiles, with eaves that extend outward like sheltering arms. Hanging from the eaves are small wind chimes made of bamboo, creating soft, hollow notes as they move in the breeze. Above the entrance, a wooden sign carved with graceful characters. Even if you cannot read them, you somehow understand their meaning. The tea house of whispering leaves. The door is a sliding panel, and as you approach, it opens smoothly, seemingly on its own. though perhaps someone inside saw your arrival. Warm air flows out, carrying with it that beautiful herbal scent, stronger now, layered with hints of jasmine and mint and something sweet you cannot name. You remove your shoes at the threshold, as feels natural, and step inside. The interior is lit by paper lanterns that hang at different heights, casting a warm, diffused glow throughout the space. The floor is covered in woven tatami mats, their surface smooth and slightly cool beneath your feet. The walls are mostly paper panels, some painted with delicate images of leaves and branches, all allowing the soft light to filter through, creating an atmosphere of gentle luminescence. The room is not large, perhaps only space for 10 people at most, but right now, it is nearly empty. Just 2 low tables, each surrounded by flat cushions for sitting. And at one table, in the far corner, a figure in robes the color of pale green tea, working with quiet concentration. The tea master. They look up as you enter, and their face breaks into a gentle smile. Without speaking, they gesture toward the cushions near them, an invitation. You walk slowly across the tatami, feeling its texture beneath your feet, and lower yourself onto a cushion. It's filled with something soft, perhaps buckwheat hulls, and it settles beneath you, supporting you perfectly. The table between you and the tea master is low and simple, made of dark wood worn smooth by use. On it sits a collection of beautiful objects: small ceramic cups, a teapot and soft cream, several wooden boxes with intricate carvings, a bamboo whisk, a small pot with steam rising gently from its spout. "Welcome," the tea master says, their voice barely above a whisper, matching the rustling of the leaves outside. "You've arrived at just the right time. The night teas are ready." They gesture to the wooden boxes. Each box holds a different blend, herbs gathered from the gardens and hills around the village, prepared with intention, with care, with the knowledge passed down through many generations. You notice now that each box has a small symbol carved into its lid: a moon, a star, a leaf, a wave, a flower. "Would you like to choose?" the tea master asks gently. "Or would you prefer I choose for you? Sometimes the tea we need finds us, rather than the other way around." You consider for a moment, then gesture softly. "Please choose." The tea master nods, as if this is the answer they expected. They close their eyes for a moment, their hands hovering over the boxes, then settle on one, the box with the moon carved into its lid. "Ah," they say softly, "Moon's Rest. A good choice, or rather, a good choosing. This blend is for those who need deep peace, those who've been carrying weight, those who are ready to set it down." They open the box slowly, reverently. Inside, you can see dried herbs and flowers. Chamomile petals, pale and delicate. Lavender buds, purple-gray. Lemon balm leaves, soft green. Valerian root, thin and brown. And other things you don't recognize, but all of them together creating a scent that immediately makes you feel softer, calmer, held. The tea master places a small amount of the blend into the teapot, their movements slow and deliberate. Each gesture is a meditation, each action performed with complete presence. They pour hot water from the steaming pot, and immediately, the scent intensifies. Chamomile and lavender blossom in the warm air, filling the tea house, filling your lungs, filling something deeper than lungs. While it steeps, the tea master says quietly, "We listen, and you understand." You both fall silent, and in the silence, you hear it, the leaves outside, the willow branches swaying in the breeze. The sound is constant but ever-changing, like waves on a shore, like breathing, sometimes louder, when the wind picks up, sometimes softer, when the air goes still, but always there, always whispering. You listen, and gradually, other sounds emerge. The gentle hiss of steam from the water pot, the soft creak of the building settling, your own breathing, which has slowed without your trying, matching the rhythm of the leaves. The tea master pours the tea. The liquid that flows from the spout is pale golden, almost luminous. They fill 2 cups, small and beautiful, ceramic glazed in cream with a hint of blue. They place 1 cup before you, and keep 1 for themselves. Before we drink, they say softly, we simply appreciate. We look. We notice the color, the steam, the way the light moves through it. You look. The tea is beautiful, simple and beautiful. The steam rises in delicate spirals, catching the lantern light. The surface of the liquid is perfectly still, like a tiny mirror reflecting the ceiling, the paper panels, the peace of this moment. Now, we breathe in the scent. You lift the cup carefully, feeling its warmth in your palms. You bring it close to your face, and breathe in slowly. The scent is everything you noticed before, chamomile and lavender and lemon balm, but transformed by the hot water. But released. It's like breathing in tranquility itself. Your shoulders drop. Your eyes close briefly. Your whole body seems to sigh. And now, the tea master whispers, we taste. You bring the cup to your lips. The liquid is hot but not burning. You take a small sip, letting it rest on your tongue for a moment before swallowing. The flavor is subtle, not strong, but present. Floral, slightly sweet, with an earthiness underneath that grounds it, makes it real. As you swallow, you feel the warmth travel down your throat, into your chest, spreading outward like gentle light. You take another sip, and another, each one a meditation, each one an act of receiving, of allowing yourself to be nourished, to be cared for. The tea master drinks as well, their movements mirroring yours, unhurried and present. Between sips, you both sit in comfortable silence, listening to the leaves whisper outside, feeling the warmth of the tea, being here, now, together in this peaceful space. Finally, after several long minutes, the tea master speaks again. There's a wisdom in tea, they say softly, their voice like part of the rustling leaves. The leaves must be picked at just the right time. Not too early, not too late. They must be dried with patience, stored with care. And when the time comes, they must be steeped in water that's the right temperature, for the right amount of time. They pause, taking another slow sip. Too hot, and the herbs become bitter. Too cool, and they don't open fully. Too long, and they give too much. Too short, and they hold back their gifts. Balance. Everything requires balance. You nod slowly, understanding. The tea is teaching you. Or the tea master is teaching you. Or perhaps they're the same thing. Our lives are like this too, the tea master continues. We need the right conditions to open, to share our gifts, to become what we're meant to be. We need warmth, but not too much. We need time, but not too much. We need to give, but also to rest, to steep, to simply be in the warm water of life, allowing ourselves to unfold. You feel these words settle into you, not in your mind, but deeper, in your bones, in your heart. Yes, balance, rest, allowing yourself to unfold. In this village, the tea master says, we honor rest as much as work. We know that rest isn't laziness. It's not weakness. It's necessary, essential. Like the leaves must dry before they can be used, we must rest before we can give. We must be replenished before we can nourish others. Another sip, another moment of silence. The leaves continue their whispering conversation outside. There's a practice we have here, the tea master says. When someone is tired, truly tired, not just in body but in spirit, we prescribe tea in silence. 3 days of coming to this tea house. Sitting, drinking, listening to the leaves. No talking unless necessary. No thinking unless it arrives naturally. Just being, receiving, resting. They smile gently. By the 3rd day, people look different, lighter, softer, like they've remembered something they'd forgotten, that they're allowed to rest, that they don't have to earn peace, that it's always available. always waiting. Like this tea, like these leaves, like this moment. You finish your cup, and the tea master immediately refills it. The gesture is so natural, so caring. You're being tended to, not because you've earned it, simply because you're here. Because that's what this place does. It offers rest. It offers peace. It offers tea. The leaves outside, the tea master says, gazing toward the paper walls, are always whispering, day and night, summer and winter. They never stop. And they're always saying the same thing, if we listen closely enough. They pause, and you wait, knowing the answer will come. Rest, the tea master whispers. That's what they say. Rest. Let go. Trust. Be held. Rest. And sitting here, in this warm tea house, with the cup of moon's rest tea in your hands, listening to the leaves whisper their eternal wisdom, you feel it. The permission to rest. The invitation to let go. The assurance that you're held. You take another sip, and the warmth spreads through you, not just physical warmth, but something deeper. Soul warmth. Spirit warmth. The warmth of being seen. Of being cared for. Of being reminded that you matter. That your rest matters. That you don't have to do anything right now except sit here and drink tea and listen to leaves and breathe. The tea master refills your cup again. Though you didn't notice it emptying. Time moves strangely here. Slowly. Peacefully. Or perhaps it doesn't move at all. Perhaps in the tea house of whispering leaves, there is only this moment. This cup. This breath. This peace. Stay as long as you need, the tea master says softly. There's nowhere else you need to be. Nothing else you need to do. Just rest. Drink. Listen. Be. And so you do. You sit. You sip the warm tea. You listen to the leaves whisper their wisdom through the walls. You breathe in the scent of chamomile and lavender. You feel the cushion beneath you, supporting you. The warm cup in your hands, grounding you. The presence of the tea master beside you, witnessing you. You feel yourself sinking deeper into peace, into rest, into the certainty that this is enough. You are enough. This moment is enough. The leaves whisper, rest. The tea speaks, peace. Your body responds, yes. And here, in the tea house of whispering leaves, held by warmth and wisdom and the gentle ceremony of tea, you finally, deeply, completely, let go and rest. Soft silence, the distant whisper of leaves, the quiet breath of peace. End of chapter. Let the warmth of the tea and the wisdom of the leaves carry you into deep, restorative sleep. The first chapter of your journey through the Restful Realms is coming to a gentle close. The magic you've encountered tonight continues to flow around you, settling over you like a warm, protective glow. If you are drifting into sleep, allow the story to fade naturally into your dreams. And when you awaken or return, the next chapter awaits. A deeper passage into the heart of the realms, where new mysteries, guardians, and wonders unfold. When you're ready, continue with part 2.